One of the many things that our group learned how to do this semester was how to interpret video clips as evidence. Now, on the surface, this might seem pretty straightforward, but as we learned pretty quickly, it can be difficult. I believe the most important skill in doing this is simply being a good listener. So you have to sit down and have your research questions either on paper or internalized in your mind. And as you watch the interview, you have to take very careful notes. And when you find a moment in which the person you're interviewing says something that helps you answer the question that you have, whether it be about literacy organizations, specific literacy practices, or race, you have to pause and isolate the clip and then really just play it over and over again. I mean, you have to know what the person says, but just as importantly, you have to know what they're not saying. One of the most tempting things to do with this kind of research is to make generalizations, but you really do have to have a very kind of narrow mindset. You have to understand the context. The poet that you're interviewing is not speaking for all poets. They're not even speaking for all black poets in the city of Columbus. They're speaking about their own experience. So when you write about that, you have to be very careful to state clearly that such and such person said or perceives or thinks or thought. And when you frame it in language like that, you are then free to make certain generalizations from your findings that can be very useful in answering some of these broader questions. So I think from having to interpret video clips as evidence, what our team members learned how to do was to be much more sort of careful and focused and critical about the relation between evidence and claims.